stupid, scrawny half-elf. Think he can take my place? He doesn't know the true power of last time on the Incorrigible party.
I think Gozer would probably think it's a survivable fall. It's only 60 feet into water, too, right?
Yeah, Gozer's gonna jump.
And as he goes back to grab at the very, like the front of it's got a rope kind of knotted around a loop in the wood, and on the side of it is painted Thuft, aka Shaft, spelt Shaft.
You guys ready to go?
Yeah, where are we headed, Chef?
We're done here, right? We're heading back to see where the black stuff's coming from. I mean, you sure can't get to her.
Well,
she's gone.
I've got a proposition for you.
That's the deal. Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody agree with that deal?
It's okay.
Yeah.
Without the letters thing. I'm not going to really agree to the letters, but everything else?
It's okay.
Good? Bryn?
Yes, we're fine.
Brindle?
Oh, yes, I am. As I said, I am with Falzer.
Go get the potions and we'll meet you back here tonight.
If he's stupid enough to follow me, he won't see the continuing adventure.
Are we gonna do an 8-hour rest before we do all our shenanigans, or are we just gonna continue on and not have a rest and then have to deal with exhaustion?
I think Falzarin was trying to get that in so that you could be rested, Gozer, but I don't know if there's time.
There's a brief window where you guys could, one, go get some potions of water breathing and or the components to craft them. And the rest of you could potentially, whatever you're planning to do with the big crab machines, and then get in a rest and then be able to get up and go before sunrise. Or in whatever order you want to do those things, right?
Yeah.
I think it's ideal.
I think that is the smartest tactical decision.
Sounds good to me.
Did you guys want to give me
I guess it
inspiration?
depends on what Gozer and
I think
Bryn
since
and
you already
Shaft
have
wanna
one, we'll wait.
Okay,
on
fine.
that.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so Gozer, how about you go start your rest while Shaft and I go get these barrels and stuff or whatever. They're off going potions already, right? We kicked them, we said go.
Yeah.
So they gone.
You two get barrel by yourself, you beauty.
We're being sneaky though.
But heavy.
We'll go get the barrels. If you guys come back here at night and the barrels are still there, then we don't have them. If you don't see them, we'll be in the water and we'll come back out and get you guys.
Okay, Gozer, go sleep.
Where are you going to rest, Gozer?
I'm gonna find a back alley somewhere
Okay. That's easy.
and hide.
Smart.
Set some Gozer traps.
All right,
Set some
Shafty.
Gozer traps.
What's the plan with the crabs here, bud?
Well, before we get into that, so Falzer and Brendel, Brendel doesn't have any gold.
Falzarin has got next to no gold.
What, you got a scroll to sell, or what's your plan here?
I mean, I could sell my spell book that I've been trying to replicate.
You have any gems, rubies, pearls?
I do. Yeah,
Sell them.
actually. It's a good point. I don't know what they're worth.
Take them to a shop before it closes.
Yeah, what's fair market value for those pearls that I have?
Who are you asking?
The DM.
Well, you gotta go to a store and ask them.
Yeah, you would need to have someone basically appraise them and give you a proper value. I mean, you could attempt to go to a store and use it as currency, but then you are quite beholden to whatever that particular shopkeep deems he could get away with telling you how much they're worth. So it's up to you.
Does Brendel have the supplies to make any of these potions?
Wouldn't he have a rough idea what they'd be worth?
I don't believe that. I don't think Falzarin and Brendel definitely wouldn't.
Okay.
Pearls? They come from the sea, man.
Right,
true.
but again, the sheltered life that you've lived, that you've never really had to. You've always been supplied by Heraklion, the elders of Heraklion and that stuff, right? When would Falzarin have ever dealt in jewels?
Yeah. Oh dear. I don't tend to fare well when it comes to this sort of thing.
Should have gotten that intimidation brooch from Bren.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see him try.
I don't. We don't have much of a choice. I think we're gonna have to go to a shop and see if we can get any of these potions. I mean, Brendel should know roughly what they're worth, I would think.
Oh, the potions, yes. Yeah, I would surmise you could probably pick one up for between 50 and 100 gold a potion.
All right, well, let's go see if we can find someone who's interested in these pearls. I mean, pearls are relatively sought after. They
Is
should
that
be able
all?
to
You
fetch
just
a
you
decent-
just have pearls, right? You don't have the topaz.
I think you just have pearls.
I think I just
have
have
a
pearls.
topaz.
Well, why
I
is it
guess-
not written on your inventory sheet?
I have 3 pearls. I'm pretty sure I don't have any.
Why are they
I
not
think
written
we
down?
asked you, and we went over how many you had in an episode not long ago.
Are they not written somewhere, hon?
Probably.
I believe it was 4.
If you
But
want, we can start.
I gave one to Shaft, though.
You did give one
As
to
a
Shaft.
thank
Okay.
you.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you want, we could start all over where we're trying to kick you out to go get the potions, and you can say you have no money, but instead you let us kick you out with no money.
Well, I thought Brendel was rolling in it.
We're never gonna fight.
I think if you gave one to Shav, you have 3. We'll just say you have 3. If it's wrong, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. So, yes, Faldrin and Brendel, you could certainly find a place where you could get the pearls appraised in a general value. And you are told and offered 90 gold per pearl.
Okay. Does this shopkeep sell the potions we're after?
It's a separate place. It's like a jewelry and, and gemstone kind of place, right? So it's not like a magic shop. Because pearls aren't inherently magical, right?
Yeah.
So you can either take the gold for the pearls, as this keep could possibly use them to inlay in some type of jewelry or maybe a more ornate clothing article, right? That's why he would want the actual pearl as opposed to the gold. But you could also keep on the pearl and use, now that you know its estimated value, as if it was currency itself. It's really up to you. It kind of does really make no difference. But I would say that predominantly gold talks.
Yeah, I'd like the gold, I think.
Okay.
And that seems like a decent price.
Okay, so you get 90 gold pieces per pearl you have.
So 270.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. So I say, all right, Brendel, let's go see if we can find supplies to make these potions, or else, ideally, the potions themselves for sale.
Okay, and you're easily able to find a shop, and this shop has 2 created potions of water breathing, in addition to the components in which you could possibly craft additionals if you needed, but their inventory on hand, strictly just the 2. And they are going for 50 gold pieces per potion.
I'll pay 100 for the 2, and I'll say, Brendel, do you think you have time to make? I mean, how many can you make tonight if we buy more supplies?
Well, if I could certainly brew up at least 2 of them, possibly time for 3.
Okay. Well, let's buy supplies for 3. How much do supplies for the potions go for?
It would be generally the cost. Maybe you could get the combined supplies for, say, 35 gold per potion,
Okay.
as the labor is also part of the cost.
Okay. Perfect.
So what is that? Another 105 gold then for 3 more components worth of.
Yeah. So 205.
Back to reality. Whoop! There goes gravity.
Mom spaghetti.
Brid and Shaft.
You know I grew up on 6 Mile, right? Like legitimately. Okay.
So it's
Shaft.
still daylight, right?
Yes, the sun is waning and will soon be setting.
So what's around these 2 crab things? Are there guards? Are there anything that we would? Well, it's still light. We can look around.
They're
Is there
chained to the
anything-
wall, eh?
They are chained and secured to the building, yes.
Shaft.
Yeah.
Did you make buds with any of those guys in the bar from Dorset?
Not really. Falzarin talked to him, but I thought maybe that would be a good idea if it was still, before it gets night, to go sort of talk to him about how we might drive one of these things. I mean, not be that obvious, but sort of talk to him and go, think about signing up to be part of their crew, and how hard would it be?
I was thinking, number one, we can go inspect these things and try to figure out if we need a key, which I'm sure we do. Secondly, we can find the tavern where they all hang out after work and steal their jackets and their key and kind of look like we work for them so no one will suspect anything.
How are we going to know if there's a key or anything? I mean, you're going to climb up on there and look?
I'm going to go looking right now.
In the daylight?
Yeah. I'm pretty sneaky.
Okay.
Just, like walking by, looking at the lock on the chains and see how...
Well, I assume you can pick the lock.
Yeah, for sure I can pick the chain, but, what is needed to get those legs back out again? You saw them. They, tucked all in and everything.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We maybe go to the tavern and get a little information.
You think they'll tell us?
I think if we buy them some beer and talk to them about how cool their job is and what kind of neat things that they do, maybe they would spill a little information. At
Here's
least we'll
the
know.
thing. We go to the bar and talk to them. They're gonna recognize us or know us.
Oh, absolutely.
If we just go in there when they're already smashed and grab their jacket off the back of the chair or something, I mean, they're not gonna know who did it.
That's a good point.
That's all I'm saying. I walk over to just kind of walk slowly and meander and look at the chain, kick the barrel, see what I observe.
Trying to be without anyone noticing you.
Yeah.
Okay, roll a stealth.
Or acting just really nonchalant, sort of. So that's 20.
And as you approach the barrels, you do see now there are two crisscrossing lengths of chain that, so at the point that they cross, there's a padlock that connects the two chains, through two of the links, right, on either chain. And then the ends of the crossing lengths come down to an iron ring into the side of the building where there's an additional padlock on either end of these chains.
Okay, do I notice anything on the barrel as far as a keyhole or an area that they would insert an object to get the legs out and all that kind of stuff?
Doesn't look like there's any
a lever,
locking mechanism. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'll go back and tell Shaft what I saw. So, what do you think? It just kind of looks like a lever. What if...
Could you see in the window to see if there's anything inside?
Well, there's not... It's kind of compact now. There's not really a window.
Oh, there's no way to look into it.
I don't know. That's
Okay.
what I'm assuming. Wieland, correct me if I'm wrong.
You are correct.
Okay. How about we hit up the bar and see if there's any real drunk Dorset guys from a distance. Before, like I said, before we show our faces and they could recognize us. Just sort of observe. Because we're waiting for nightfall anyway.
So you're going to have to unhook... You're going to have to do 2 locks down on the chain to unhook them from each other, right?
2 padlocks and then some type
Yeah.
of lever on top.
And then the lever on top of both of them.
Once we're in there, I don't know if it'll work, but we could at least go observe and listen.
3 total locks.
3 total. Where's the other one?
Well, the one that's attached to the wall, if you untach it from both of the chains going to the thing, you don't have to worry about the wall, right?
Possibly, but again, they're linked together where they crisscross as well.
Oh, it's going... So the chains are linked, both of them together, and then there's a loop that holds those back to the wall.
There's the chains themselves form like an X right across these barrels. The
Yeah.
bottom of either length comes down to the bottom of the building where they're locked. And where these chains intersect, in the middle of this X, there's another padlock connecting the 2 lengths of chain.
All right. So you got 3 locks you have to pick.
I'm not worried about picking those locks. I'm a little bit more worried about if we get all the way to picking the locks and we need some kind of key to operate these things.
Okay, let's go.
Alright.
Are you guys going back to the jacked eel?
Yeah, Jack Deal. I was trying to look for the name. We'll go to this Jack Deal, and I would like to sit close enough to maybe hear what they're talking about. Snatch or snag, one or the other. Jacket or something that had their logo on it.
Sure. What are you doing, Chef? Same thing?
I'm just going to go over and start a conversation with one of the guys.
Like one of the Dorset group?
Yeah, I mean, are they all sitting there at the table?
Yeah, they're all gathered around a table together, seeming very, chummy with each other.
I'm going to grab a couple beers and head over and sit down by him and lay a few down and say, hey, I just wanted to buy a round for you guys. You seem to be doing a really good job. I was just wondering if there's any openings for the Dorset group. I'd get, like to talk about what I'd have to do. Basically, what I'm trying to do is help her to distract so she can
Right.
steal stuff.
Yeah, I'm like at the other end of the table or whatever. Yeah.
So the conversation's just light.
And the guy, immediately next to you kind of instantly grabs it. Thanks. Well, you're a little small-statured, and we don't have many openings, but much obliged for the round. And blah, 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 blah. Bryn, why don't you make a sleight of hand then if you want to grab one of their...
I want to grab, one or two of their coats, but I also want to observe if I notice any keys on a keychain on their belts or like person or table or something.
Make a perception check then.
I'm going to perceive first. My perception is a critical. Which ends up being 22. I rolled a nat 20, so...
Yeah, you don't notice any keychains hanging off of anyone's belt or anything like that.
Okay. So do I see a jacket or something I could steal that has a logo that kind of looks legit?
Absolutely.
Okay. So I roll for each thing I want to steal type thing?
Yeah, and so Shaft is basically aiding you, so you can have advantage on this sleight of hand check.
Ooh, nice. Okay, thanks, Shaft. You don't hear that very often. Another nat 20! So my sleight of hand is 25.
Okay.
Barry the Badger jumps out.
So as Shaft says something witty, as Shaft is wont to do, one of these guys kind of pitches forward in laughter, and you're able to just like slip the jacket off of his chair as he's kind of left contact with the back of it. All right.
Okay,
So you want one more?
Shove it in my bag there. It would be good to have two, yeah, I think.
Okay.
So that, because there's two barrels, right? Like two vehicles we're going to try to drive.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so another attempt here.
Yeah, with advantage still.
Another nat 20 on the same dice.
Unbelievable.
3 in a row on the same dice, and I'm going to fail every time next time we fight. Oh, so 25.
So you see Shaft on the table kind of push out a beer to one of the other guys, but kind of just out of the guy's reach, so he's got to lean forward and and grab it, and you're able to get a second jacket.
Nice. All right, so I kind of give Shaft a little wink, and you can say anything else you want, but I'm observing that there's no other keys or anything else that it looks like, so.
Hey, it's nice meeting you guys, but I gotta run. Catch you next time. Walk out the door.
And I follow.
Nicely done.
I'll give Shaft one of the jackets, and we'll hang out till it's kind of dusk, a little darker. Go find see Gozer in the alley there.
I'm gonna look in the pockets.
Yeah.
They don't really have any pockets, as it's more of like a kind of a robe kind of thing, right?
But these are what the employees wear.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Very clearly, yes.
How much bigger is it than I am?
Well, it's if you were a kid's size, it would probably be more like an XL on you.
Is it something I could get passed by, or should I cut the bottom off or something to make it look a little more?
You might want to maybe give one of like the sleeves some slips and get rid of them sleeves.
Okay.
Now that you have a fancy slicey
Just
cutlass.
trying to turn him into a Leelander.
Yeah, right? Cut the sleeves off.
I mean, Lelanders do sound like there would be maritime folk, don't they?
So yeah, I'll try to mess around with it a little bit on our downtime to figure out how to make it look a little better.
Great, absolutely.
Yeah, if we have downtime, Bryn is just, Bryn is gonna look a little bit, contemplative and looking out at the sea and like rubbing the headband in her hand and just anyway. That's what she's doing.
And Falzern and Brendel are able to find their way back to you guys.
Is it dark?
It is, yes. After about an hour or two, it full dark. Do you guys want to long rest first?
I was gonna ask. Gozer's currently long resting. Can we try and take advantage of this like callish light activity and also during the span that she's long resting, get one in ourselves?
I don't know if there's a full 8 hours. Is there?
If the rest of you want to take an extra 8 hours, Gozer's a couple hours ahead on you here.
Okay, so we can't count what we just did as part of it.
No.
Okay.
Why do you need a long rest?
Well, we're going to be exhausted if we don't.
Why not?
Going into a battle.
We all are?
You do need to sleep in a 24-hour period. Otherwise, you'll just make a constitution check and to stave off the effects of sleep deprivation. And if you pass it, hey, great for you. If not...
I got 4 hours, so...
What time of night would it be if we took an 8-hour rest?
If you took an 8-hour rest, it would be about 3 in the morning-ish.
Oh, that's
Perfect.
not bad. I was thinking it would be like 8 a.m.
I thought okay. I think that works fine. I thought that was going to push us a lot later.
So I think we go out someplace close to the pier there and find a nice place to sort of scrunch down and...
We
nice
lay in our
one.
rowboat.
There you go.
Falzern, you got potions for us?
So, there's good news and there's bad news. I have 2 potions. That's all the store had. But thanks to Brendel and his talents, we bought some supplies that he's able to make more potions out of.
If he's so talented, he should have saved Thuft.
Look, Brand, that firstly, too soon. Secondly,
Brendel hangs his head a little bit.
I'm just kidding, Brendel. I'm sorry.
I just want to say before we go any farther, I want to say when Gozer found her dark alley, she went and she'd set up a couple little booby traps and kind of got a little comfortable, sat down, looked around, noticed there was nobody there, and started crying.
aw,
So much crying.
poor Gozer.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said that. That was a bad call to say that.
This is the darkest timeline.
You're lucky Gozer
This is the
wasn't
darkest
sitting beside
timeline.
you.
So you're able to. So during this long rest, Brendel will start crafting, and hopefully by the end of it, we'll be able to manage to get 3 of these potions done.
I'm gonna take my 4 hours first, guys, if that's okay, and then in my last 4 hours, while you're still resting, I might just one by one sneak back and forth and pick these little locks so that they're ready to go.
Good plan.
All right.
Okay, so your trance kind of goes by, and everyone else. I mean, you guys want to take shifts, or are you just?
I think we'll
Feel
do the
pretty
usual,
safe in the-
usual. Well, might as well, right?
Whatever
Better
you
safe
want.
than sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll take first.
And Brendel is up working, and the time passes, and Bren, your trance is over, so you are free to get up and attempt to make some progress on these locks.
Yeah, I want to stealth over and
Throwing on the Dorset salvage jacket.
yeah, I got the jacket on, so
Okay.
no one should suspect anything. But
Do you still want to be stealthy?
yeah,
Okay, make a stealth to get up there.
14, not great, but and then I'll work on the one closest to the wall.
Make a what did we do last time when you were doing this stuff? I don't
Sleight
know.
of
Who
hand.
cares? Just make a sleight.
I
of
think sleight of hand, yeah.
hand. Oh, you know what? Actually, I think it was Mike that had sent me a note about an optional rule in Xanathar's about using tools and tool proficiencies and really making them worth something.
I am proficient in thieves' tools.
Right, you have this thieves' tools, and in Xanathar, I think it just offers since you are proficient with these tools, it just gives you advantage on the check that you would make to unlock it.
Okay, well that's good.
So yeah, let's do it.
So then my sleight of hand ends up being 18.
Okay, so it takes you less than 10 minutes to unlock to get this first one. Being quite careful and as quiet as possible.
And quiet, yeah, and just like... Okay, and then I'll move on to the next one. That's only a 16.
It takes you a little bit longer. There's still another 10 to 12 minutes go by, and it's kind of peering around. It doesn't seem like anybody is around or have noticed you.
Yep. And I'll do the last one.
All right.
And that's a 22.
Okay, there you go. Much more quick than the first two. And you have unlocked these barrels.
Now, where are they, like, what are they sitting on? Like a dock or something?
Just on, like, the ground. These are kind of away from the water a little bit, right? But kind of off to the side of the beach.
Okay. Like, would it be an area that I could try to pull? You said there's something on the top, like, if I try to, like, get in that hatch or whatever?
Yeah, you want to try
it? Wouldn't, would
to...
it be really loud and crazy, or?
Well, I don't know. The only time you really witnessed them being in use was kind of in the middle of the day, and it didn't seem like anyone was attempting to be quiet. But if you wanted to try to pull on one of these latches and see what happens, you absolutely could.
I would like to.
Okay.
Just one of them.
Sure. And it just kind of opens up like this hatch. The back end of this barrel kind of now swings open. Looking inside of it, you see to the front of it, so, you know, it's like standing like a regular barrel, right?
Mm-hmm.
And at the bottom of it, there's like a panel, like a control panel with 10 levers set into it.
A control panel with 10 levers and no, like, key or anything like that. Did the feet pop out? None of that happened?
All you did was open it. You could climb inside of it, but that's up to you.
I would like to climb inside of it, I think. Let's go for it. Go big or go home.
Okay. So, yeah, you can easily get in there. I don't know. Are you leaving the hatch open behind you, or are you closing it up behind you?
Closing it?
Okay. So if you pictured like what you would think of like a rocket before it's blasting off, you know, the orientation that the astronauts are in, like kind of looking up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The seats are like the opposite, as this barrel has been tipped onto basically its front end. So you are kind of...
Okay.
If you were to sit in one of the chairs, kind of bracing yourself against falling forward, you would be staring directly into the ground.
Okay.
And you can clearly see the bottom of it now is where the viewfinder, like the front portion of it is what you would see out of it were operating.
Okay, is there an obvious on button?
There are just 10 levers. They are numbered 1 through 10, but no other buttons or controls.
Have I ever seen anything like this?
That is a good question. Why don't you make me a history check?
Oh, I have not. 2.
Yeah, the closest apparatus that you would have any knowledge of using would have been Isabella's podium. Really, it does look kind of similar. It looks a lot less intricate, as it like I said, just 10 levers. You push them up or you pull them down, kind of thing.
All right, I'll pull the first lever up, or whatever way is not on.
Well, you push the levers up or down.
Oh, it's like in the middle right now?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll push it up?
So lever 1, you're pushing up.
Yeah, I don't know.
You kind of hear this. You hear the creak of metal kind of groan and the shifting of mechanics. From inside, you can't tell what has happened.
Okay, so... But I'm like stationary, right? I'm like not moving.
That's right.
So I'll open the hatch and I'll take a look out. What happened?
So that first lever, by pushing it up, you have extended the legs and the tail of this barrel.
Yes, that's exactly what I wanted to do. Okay. I have like another 3 hours to mess around before they're done, so let's see.
Yes, I will say the operation of that lever was not entirely silent.
Okay. Do I see anyone else around looking at me?
You can make a perception check.
7.
You do not notice anyone in the immediate vicinity.
just trying to figure it out how to work it, guys, to save you time, okay? So don't get mad, all right? All right, so then I take the second lever and pull it up. I'll go down in and do that.
So the viewfinder here, which I didn't say was shuttered, it now kind of rolls up, and since it's on the outside of it, it does kind of scrape along the ground as it's opening. But now you clearly see through this front window, this viewport, you do see the ground.
Okay, that's cool. I'll flip the third one up.
Now to either side of you on the left and the right, same thing, two like shutters and open up to reveal viewpoints. And you see to your left the other barrel and the legs sticking out, and then to your right you could see the legs on the other side of it.
All right. I flip the next one up.
So in front of you again, the sound and the crunch of mechanic and metal against the ground as the two claws shoot out from the front of it, the force of it pushes this barrel down and back onto its legs. So now you have somehow luckily managed to right it, and it is sitting on its legs. Its claws now deployed out in front of it.
Okay. How many did I flip? 4?
You have flipped the first 4 up, yeah.
All right, let's go for 5. 5 stay alive.
Flipping up,
Yep.
and you see the right claw, it extends out, and it slashes against the side of the building in front
There's
of
a
you.
building in front of it?
Well, yeah, they're up against the building.
I thought they were like facing the ocean, so there's just sand in front. Okay. Anyway, that doesn't make any sense.
What are you talking about? They were chained to the building. You got in it.
I know. I thought the back side was
You
chained to
push
the
it back, which could only push it away from the building, right? Onto its feet. Now it is set looking at this building.
I thought I was looking at the ocean.
Well, you're right. I didn't specify what exact direction as the
Okay.
viewpoints.
But it doesn't matter. I'm flipping these stupid switches.
Sure,
I
you
don't
would
know
have
what's
flipped it
happening
anyways.
anyway.
Exactly.
Flip number 6.
Well, so the flipping the fifth lever, the claw like struck against the side of the building, so it's
I know.
now
but
made.
People are coming. I might as well flip them all and figure out what
Okay.
they do.
So the sixth lever,
Yeah.
this apparatus begins to move forward, and now it's just moving till the claws kind of hit the wall, and it just continues.
Okay. So then I pull the lever back. The 6th lever.
You pull it down or neutral.
Neutral, and then down. Does down back it up?
Down does now. It starts to move backwards.
Okay. Let's back it away from that freaking building, far enough away that the claw can't reach or anything. Put it in neutral again.
All right, and it stops.
All right. Flip number 7 up.
You turn, the whole thing turns 90 degrees to your left. So now you are, instead of you were looking at the building, right? You are now looking kind of towards the dock as it's turned left.
Okay. Let's flip number 8 up.
And so on the outside of it, these kind of eye stalk looking things pop up and start to shine light, bright light for 30 feet in front of you, like a couple of headlights.
And I can tell there's light coming out.
Yeah, you see, yeah, because you open the shutters, right? So bright light for 30 feet.
As soon as I see the lights, I put it back into neutral for number
Okay.
8. I want that to be as little as possible. Number 9 up.
Nothing happens.
Nothing. So I'll flip 9 down.
Nothing happens.
Alright, put 9 back in neutral.
Okay.
Flip 10 up.
The rear hatch pops open. And you kind of hear this escape of air as it unlatches and opens up.
It's a rear hatch, you said?
Yeah. It's the same one that you went into, that you were able to open from the outside. But
So that's basically all I need. Okay. Okay, so I want to put all the levers back into neutral and hop back out of the barrel looking thing and hang out until everyone else is done with their rest.
okay.
That's what I want to do, but I might have made enough noise that people are coming to get me for sure. I'm aware of that.
Yes, you certainly would know that you've caused a bit of a ruckus. So after about 5 or so minutes, are you sitting in it?
Like after turning them all back to neutral?
Yeah. So you turning them to neutral, like, didn't retract anything.
Oh.
Like, so it still has its claws and legs and tail splayed up.
So I want to close the rear hatch, so I'm going to put the 10 lever down.
Okay. It does close and seal.
Okay, I already did the lights. Sure, for kicks, I'll pull number 7 down. Which just turns me another 90 degrees, I'm guessing.
It turns you 90 to the right. So you are now facing the building again.
Okay, I have already moved front to back, so I'm a little bit further away. Can I move the 6th lever in a way that I'm back where I was when I started?
Yeah. It'll just
Okay.
move it forward, right?
Forward, because I moved extra far back. Okay. And then I will pull 4 down to retract the claws,
Okay.
hopefully. I will close the side shutters with number 3. I will close the main shutter with number 2, like pulling them down.
Yep.
And then I will finally pull number 1 down.
Okay. So all the legs and the tail come back.
Yeah. Does it look like I found it?
Well, kind of, but now it's kind of like on what would be the belly of it, if it were in crab form, right?
Okay.
As you saw, the 2 workers, they had kind of tipped it up, right, so it would not roll around.
Okay, well, I'm gonna leave it as it is. Get out and shut the hatch.
Okay.
Because I can't move that.
And are you just staying put?
I'm going to go back to the other people. To Falzarin and Brendel and Shaft.
Okay.
And just hope that someone thought it fell. I don't know. Are the chains like on the ground, or is there a way I can put the chains so that it looks like they're locked, but they're not?
You could position the chains in a way to try to attempt to make it look like they're still secure, yeah.
I would like to take an extra minute if no one is around and like rushing me to do that.
Okay. Make a... You know what? Just make me another sleight of hand.
Okay. I don't get advantage this time.
No.
13.
Okay.
I'm
And you
back,
get back to the party.
I'm back to the crew, except for not Gozer, I guess.
All right, and Brendel's still kind of crafting.
Okay. Hey, Brendel.
Were you successful?
Yeah, I think I can figure out how to operate these things. I don't know. It was kind of loud, though.
Oh, that was you.
Yeah, that was me.
I hope not.
But hopefully this, and I point to my jacket, quiets any questions.
And, 5 or 10 minutes pass and you do hear... Well, you guys are in the close vicinity of the salvage building,
I thought
right?
we would be.
Kind
but
of
yeah, I don't know.
around you where you first saw these apparatuses come out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so, Bryn, you're able to see a couple of guards. They kind of come by with torches, and they just, inspecting and investigating, and they see this barrel tipped over, and you see one of them kind of bend over to look around it, and they kind of mill about, and they quietly chat to each other for a minute or two, and then you kind of see them walk away.
Yes. Okay. Close one.
And the rest goes by, and you are all benefiting from a long rest.
Okay.
As you wake up, and it is still dark. Dawn fast approaching.
Hey guys, wake up. Let's go.
We got the potions?
I think so. You got
Yes,
potions, Halsey?
I toiled through the night, but they are finished.
Well, I got good news for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the locks are already picked. Everything's ready to go. I made a little bit of noise, but I think I got away with figuring out how to work those things last night.
How's it work?
There's all sorts of levers. I'll have you hop in and I'll teach you how to do it, and then I'll be the driver for one of them. You can be the driver for the other, Shaft.
Okay. Is it complicated? I mean, can you tell me?
Well, yeah, so there's 10 different levers.
Okay. You don't have to go through all of them.
I won't go through all of them, but there's 10 different levers. Basically, up is on, down is off, right? So,
Oh, okay.
try to explain it to you, and then I'll just let you figure it out, too, I guess. Just
That
push
sounds simple enough.
push number 6 up and get yourself a little bit away from the building first. Then you can figure out what the rest do.
Okay. So, if everybody's
Gozer?
ready, can I get a? Everybody got their potions? Are we gonna separate these out? Oh yeah, where's Gozer?
So I wake up and I go to join them, I guess.
And you would have been up and able to move around for a couple hours beforehand too, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you wanted to do something in particular. There goes.
She's depressed. She's oversleeping.
I think I probably would have heard Bryn making all that noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would have just gone and watched. And then watched to see if anybody was coming, but just watch her, what she was doing.
Okay. So you've seen her fumble around with these, this apparatus.
For my amusement.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I have to make a con check?
The disease.
Yes, you do. Could you make me, after your long rest, make another Constitution saving throw?
That might not be good. 5.
We can edit
bad.
that out. Roll again.
Let me roll again. That's a natural 20.
Yeah, good job.
So yeah, the last couple of days you've been feeling pretty good, despite being afflicted with whatever this disease is. But I don't know, this morning, and you've been kind of fighting it back, but maybe it was on the hard surface of the alley and the weeping before bed. You wake up and some of your boils start to pop and kind of spread throughout your body, and you take 21 points of necrotic damage.
Jeez, oh Pete.
Are you kidding?
As we know, it is a deadly disease.
Didn't Gozer have inspiration?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Can I use my inspiration?
You better
could
roll.
have. It's a little late for
Yeah.
that, I'm gonna say.
Go
Oh,
there.
come on.
Use it. Use it. Use it. And don't get a 2. Or whatever you got.
Leland, you gonna let me? Or
No, I'm
is
not,
it done?
because you need to use it before I give you the result.
Okay. That hurt.
No.
So are any of the boils like obvious, or can I like hide them with my furs?
Well, I think we had said you got hit on the shoulder, right? So yeah, you kind of have your furs over them, but they just kind of spread across your chest as they burst, much like they spread across Thuff's entire body. And
Why are we
Killed
doing
him.
this again? Why are we doing this? False turn? Why are we doing this?
so, of course, that happens unknown to the party, as that happened immediately after Gozer wakes in the alley.
Yeah.
So Gozer is free to join after witnessing Bryn fool around with the crab.
Before I go join them,
Mhm.
I'm going to take one of my health potions, so I don't look sickly in front of them.
Okay. That's actually nice to bring up. A month ago, by the time this comes out, we had a Twitter poll because John had sent a great video by the Dungeon Dudes about 5 house rules, and one of them was to have the potions heal max max die roll. And unfortunately, the Lelanders have spoken. Potions will remain the same,
Self-proclaimed Lelanders.
but be in near infinite supply. Basically, the players will be able to buy as many as they have gold for at shops. The lower tiered ones, anyways.
Okay. I have not max health. I'm still down by 8. And I have 1 health potion left.
You want to go looking for a shop?
It is like
No.
3 in the morning.
I
There's no
have
shops open.
and I still have 1 health potion.
She woke
Yeah.
up 2 hours early, so it'd be 1 a.m. You
It would
never
be
know.
1 a.m. Maybe you could get a last call at a tavern, but you would not be able to find any shops that could sell you health potions.
I'm just gonna wander the streets of the city a little bit and just observe
Okay.
and be sneaky in the shadows.
Gozer sneaky or like actually sneaky?
I'm sneaky.
Uh-huh.
Every time we've been sneaky, I've been sneaky.
If you see some guards, would you want to avoid them?
Yes.
Okay, make a stealth check.
I rolled a 1.
Well, before
wait,
I
I
give
used
you
my
the result,
Don't use it on that.
No?
I don't know. Don't listen to me.
Well, I haven't done anything wrong. No, I'm not gonna use it. I haven't done anything wrong. I'm just wandering the streets of the city in the middle of the night with no reason as a half orc.
well, yes, you do see two guards kind of briskly walking by you in the direction of the lower docks here. And yeah, they certainly notice you, and as it's not not incredibly late, and you are right. You are just walking around, not causing any trouble. They don't stop or talk to you or anything like that. But you do see them rush past.
Since they're going in the direction of the docks, I'm going to discreetly follow them.
And these do end up being the two guards kind of responding to the ruckus that Bryn had caused. Okay, everybody together now.
We're together.
It is still dark. What is the plan?
We're gonna hop in these crabs.
So, Bryn, you said you were able to unchain them and figure out how to work them, but you caused a bit of noise.
Yeah, I think the guards checked around the area and decided it was nothing and walked away. I don't know.
Okay, that's...
But I'm not going
convenient.
anywhere till I get my breathing underwater potion.
Oh yeah, Brendel will hand them out to everybody. There is one for everybody.
So how does this work, guys? It will last for an hour?
Yeah, after you drink it, you can breathe underwater for 1 hour.
Crazy. Magic is so cool. Okay, so I'm driving one of these. Shaft's driving the other. Who's going where? They're really built for two, but Shaft's kind of like a half, you know? He is a
Yeah,
halfling.
do you think we can squeeze 3 people into one of them if Shaft's one of those 3 people?
I think as long as Gozer... So maybe Gozer goes with me and you two go with him? Might fit better.
You'd be able to do that, yeah.
Okay.
You want to sit on Brendel's lap, Shaft?
Sure.
That is a flask. I am not happy to see you.
I guess we all get in and we start them up.
Start them up, which means...
Okay, Shaft, what is the first lever you pull, Shaft?
I'm going to push 1 up.
Okay. You pop out the legs and the tail.
Yep. Then I'm going to do 2 up.
All right, the front shutter kind of scrapes along the ground and opens.
Yeah. Oh wait. I think Gozer would have rolled this thing over on its belly first.
You can try.
I'm gonna try and roll it over so it doesn't do the scraping and it's in the right proper position
Sure.
for when everything. Yeah.
Okay.
You want me to give you a strength check?
Yeah, and if anyone wants to help her, you can.
I'll help her,
Okay.
because I'll know that's what it needs to be like. Oh yeah, 19, baby.
I got 16.
Okay, yeah, you guys are able to. This thing is very heavy, but you are able to tip it up and maybe jam something underneath to leverage and kind of put it on its belly, and that is now the orientation. So, Shaft, on the legs, you are now up on the legs with the tail. The front shutter opens up.
Yep. I'll do the side windows with a 3 up. Then I'm going to turn it around by doing the 7
All right.
and turn it left. And then I guess take it back to neutral and do it again. Does that turn it another 90 degrees?
Yep, absolutely.
And then I'm going to move forward with a 6.
Okay, and Bryn,
Start
are you
walking towards the beach.
doing the same?
Yep. Same. Mine is already on its belly, so... Let's get crabbing.
Before we go into the water, I want to make sure the hatch is closed.
Yeah, that's true.
A 10.
Okay.
And then get in, and once we get into the water, I want to turn on the eye stalk light with an 8 up.
Same.
So yeah, you guys get in the water, and these, despite how heavy they float. They're buoyant. And the forward lever still continues you into the water, and its tail starts flicking back and forth behind it, and it is now swimming along the surface of the water.
Oh.
So how do they
I
get
thought
down
these
to
would've
the
sunk.
salvage?
So I'm going to push 9.
Oh yeah, the one that did nothing.
So yours, Shaft, sinks down into the water 20 feet.
With an up motion?
Yeah, with the lever 9 up, you sink down
Bryn,
20 feet.
Okay.
Bryn doesn't know that Shaft has done this.
I know, but I can see that he disappeared, and I'm like, what the heck? I didn't know how to do that, so I'm looking at him like, this does this does this. Okay, so then she takes 9, and she pulls it down.
Nothing happens.
Okay, so then she's like, what the heck? So then she pulls 9 up,
You sink 20 feet.
and I can see him, he's right there.
Yeah, you can see out the
All
side
right.
views. You guys can look and see each other now.
And I like wave at him like I figured it out too.
Brenda, have you put your lights on?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so I think we're gonna continue to start going that direction towards the storm,
Okay.
Perfect storm here. Yeah.
and see if we run into anything. Or let me restate that: try not to run into anything.
Yeah.
And that's our show. Our intro and outro music was created by Josh Jarvis. For your own musical inquiries, contact jamesmercymusic@gmail.com. All other music and ambient noise is courtesy of tabletopaudio.com. The Incorrigible Party is sponsored by Critical Hit Design. Visit criticalhitdesign.com for all of your graphic design needs. You can find more info on the characters and world at incorrigibleparty.com. Enjoying the show? Have any questions or rules corrections? Email us. contact@incorrigibleparty.com or reach out on social media. The Incorrigible Party on Facebook and Instagram, @IncorrigiblePar on Twitter, using the hashtag AfterPartyIP for a shout out during our behind the screen after party episodes that drop every 4th release. Happy adventuring!